Today we're back on the Today I Messed Up subreddit, reading funny stories about people who messed up. It's such a fun subreddit, it's going to be so fun to sit back and just read these today. And yeah, so excited for this, it's been so long since we've been on here. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Enjoy, guys. Okay, so the first one we're going to read has so many awards. I've never even seen that many awards. Today I effed up. My 20 female girlfriend of 2 years told me that the music I play, 25 male, during the horizontal mumbo is weird and a major turn off. Oh, here we go. A little backstory. When I first started doing the horizontal mumbo, I researched into ways to be better, as I was a little stiff and pretty much had no idea what I was doing. I read online that you can play music and match the rhythm in order to put on a better performance. I looked up love-making songs and I started slowly creating a playlist in which I was comfortable matching the rhythm. There are few songs to my playlist. However, this one song in particular, which actually happens to be my favorite, that my girlfriend hates and says turns her off in a major way. I don't understand why it's taken her 2 years to tell me that she hates that song. It's a good love-making song with a good rhythm. I feel the way I messed up is I could have possibly asked her previously if she liked the playlist or any song she'd like to change or add, but to leave it for 2 years thinking that everything was great, but in her eyes it's just been ruined by the music, has left the whole situation feeling awkward, and I'm a bit annoyed. I pretty much played this tune every single time, so the amount of time she must have not been enjoying it, when I thought the complete opposite is annoying but also embarrassing in ways. Not to mention my previous partners, however, they never complained about the song, so maybe it's just her. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is all a joke. It's messed up the relationship, to be honest, because horizontal mumbo feels awkward now. The other day we were doing it without music, but I was still thrusting to the tune playing in my head. She recognized this and asked me to stop. I thought the song was perfect and I always thrust along with the tune and feel it gives me the perfect rhythm. And then they say, I find it devastating that she hates the song. Okay, so the song is this song here, and no disrespect to the person who made it, but it's not a sexy song. This all has to be a joke, doesn't it? Yeah, that could be the funniest thing I've ever read. Today I messed up by purchasing an expensive coffee machine and making a terrible discovery. I drink a lot of coffee. My mornings consist of 300ml mugs of coffee, and I sometimes have a third after dinner later in the day. Okay, so that's not a lot of coffee. I'm already so thrown off. You're having 3 coffees a day. That's not a lot. Recently, I got far too into James Hoffman's videos, and I decided to upgrade my crappy drip coffee machine for a proper precision brewer. And when I say precision, I mean this thing comes with a water testing strip, so you can calibrate the machine for the mineral content in your water supply, like real nerd stuff. To justify the ludicrous amount of money I spent on what appears to be the Hadron Collider of coffee machines, I did some research on brewing ratios in order to maximize the allegedly life-changing potential of this equipment. Now, Coffee Science says the ideal water to beans ratio for this brew method is about 60 grams of grounds per liter of water. Out of interest, I decided to prepare my usual ratio from the old machine and see how close I was. It turns out since I got the old machine just over a year ago, I've been brewing at about 20 grams a litre, resulting in what I now realise is pathetically weak brew. I prepared a proper 60 gram per litre brew with the new machine, and the resulting coffee was on another planet. The flavours were so developed, it was like I could taste the touch of the Colombian farmer who picked the beans. I drank my full morning dose of 2 300ml mugs in just over an hour, and then I discovered an unexpected side effect. The year of drinking weak-ass brew has conditioned my body for weak coffee, and I just drank over half a litre of coffee that was theoretically 3 times as strong as usual. It has now been an hour since I finished that pod, and I can hear the passage of time. A fly flew past me in slow motion. I made an omelette for lunch and I beat the egg so fast it turned into steam. My heart no longer beats, it vibrates. And there's something unholy brewing in my lower intestine, and I'm fearing the wrath of God when it's released. Send help. And they bought this, the Sage Precision Brewer, like when Lisa's eating that really spicy food.
Lisa, is that too spicy for you? I can see through time.
Today I messed up by opening my fiance's DMs. The wound is still fresh, so bear with me. The discovery. I had a rough day and my fiance's algorithms are top notch, so I was scrolling through his apps to entertain myself, hoping for a pick-me-up. He went to take a shower. I opened his Instagram, got bored with Reddit, so sorry, and noticed he had a couple of new DMs. We don't snoop through each other's phones, but we don't hide anything either, or so I thought. So I clicked on them just to see if they were important because he doesn't check Insta that often? Well, I see the DMs are from a deleted account. That sparked my interest, so I click and I scroll. Messages go years back, maybe 20 to 30 messages total. Some winky faces, some slightly sexual memes, and a few photos of lingerie. Nothing outright incriminating, but who is this? My heart dropped. We're getting married in less than 5 months. These messages aren't okay. He's not a cheater. Never once have I questioned that, nor has he given me any reason to. I start to see red, the confrontation. I put on my big girl pants, I wipe my tears, and I storm into the bathroom, rip open the shower curtain, revealing this idiot's albeit glorious naked body. He, though quite startled, raises his eyebrows and smirks, looking to join. Wrong move, buddy. I go off, like a badass. He denies it, like a liar. I hold his towel hostage and I toss him his phone so he can see for himself. He scrolls and pulls off this wildly confused demeanor. I literally see the blood leave his face. He just kind of says, stuttering, "Baby, I don't know." We go back and forth. He swears up and down he has no idea who this could be. "I'm just as surprised as you are," he claims, criminally. So I take his phone so I can quote this other woman for emphasis. The reveal. I ready my best Valley Girl voice and I scroll to the most recent received messages. I notice for the first time, inconveniently so, a picture that she sent of a guinea pig. I think, oh hell, I love guinea pigs. And then I remember, I've seen this guinea pig before. And then I realize, she is me. I deleted all of my social media almost a year ago. Neither of us remembered any of these messages that we send. I start laughing and happy crying. My fiance looks as if he just won the lottery and received the death penalty at the same time. So the aftermath. Now we sit, both recently showered, debating whether or not we should welcome a guinea pig into our family. I'm so embarrassed. He's so relieved. We're crazy, stupid, and so in love. And also it says they fully apologized for doing this. Cause yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like storming in on your partner while they're in the shower, just screaming at them when they haven't done anything. Glad they apologized and I'm happy everything's okay. But yeah, that one was a little bit terrifying. Today I messed up by punishing the sandwich thief with super spicy Carolina Reaper sauce in a shared hangar with several workshops. My friends and I rented a small space for our knife making enterprise. For a year, our shared kitchen and fridge functioned harmoniously, with everybody respecting one another's food. However, an anonymous individual began stealing my sandwiches, consuming half of each one, leaving bite marks as if to taunt me. Initially, I assumed it was a one-off incident, but when it occurred again, I was determined to act. I prepared sandwiches with an extremely spicy Carolina Reaper sauce, a teaspoon in each, leaving a note warning about the consequences of stealing somebody else's food, and went out for lunch. Upon my return, chaos reigned. The atmosphere was one of panic, and a woman's scream cut through the commotion, accompanied by a child's cry. The culprit turned out to be our cleaner's 9-year-old son, who she'd been bringing to work during his school's disinfection week. Yeah, well, they're not going to steal your sandwiches anymore. He'd made a habit of pilfering from the fridge, bypassing the healthy lunches his mother had prepared in favor of my sandwiches. The child was in distress, suffering from the intense spiciness of the sauce. In my defense, I explained that the sandwiches were mine and I'd spiked them with hot sauce. The cleaner, initially relieved by my explanation, suddenly became furious, accusing me of trying to harm her child, and this escalated the situation, with the cleaner reporting the incident to our landlord and threatening police intervention. The incident strained relations within the other workshops, siding with the cleaner due to her status as a mother. Consequently, our landlord has given us a month to relocate, adding to our financial struggles. My friends too are upset with me. I maintain my innocence, arguing that I had no idea a child was the food thief and I would never intentionally harm a child. Nevertheless, it seems I'm held responsible, accusing of creating a huge problem from a seemingly trivial situation. The child's okay, no harm to the health was inflicted. It still was just an edible sauce, just very, very spicy. But also, like the top comment says, you should have played the guy who likes spicy sandwiches and everything would have been fine. No? Yeah, if you didn't say that you did it on purpose and you just said, oh, I like really, really spicy stuff, then maybe it would have been different. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like they did anything bad, really. Like, you shouldn't be taking other people's sandwiches. Like, yeah, it's unfortunate that it turned out to be a 9-year-old, but just because they're young doesn't mean they can take other people's food. Yeah, like this comment says, admitting your plan was the only mess up. Seriously, if somebody went in my fridge and stole my leftovers, there's a high probability they'd be getting a mouthful of gochujang, jalapeno, habanero, ghost pepper, sriracha, or some other extreme spice, because that's what I eat. And like this one says, exactly, it's food. Sorry that your thieving child can't handle spice. Sounds like an excellent life lesson about not not only being a little thief, but also to not assume that everything they stick in their mouth is going to be delicious or palatable to them. He's also a 9-year-old. This is more than old enough to expect your kid to not do this. Yeah, like it's unfortunate, but they shouldn't be stealing your food. Today I messed up by expecting my family to pay for my birthday dinner. Yesterday I turned 18 years old. For the past 6 years, like clockwork, every day on my birthday would go to the same place for dinner, and I'd always get the same stuff. I have extreme OCD and high-functioning autism, which means I'm very well regulated and like things to stay the same way that they always have been. Back to the story. Every year on my birthday, we go to Applebee's. The first thing I would get is the steak and the shrimp parmesan with a side of loaded mashed potatoes and cheesy steamed broccoli. Hate me or not, with a side of mozzarella sticks. In total, it's around $30. A bit expensive, I know. I couldn't really tell something was off until a bit later, because when me, my mum, my stepfather, and my older brother sat down, they didn't really say anything. I was confused at first, and I started tapping my fingers on one another like I always do. The conversation went a little bit like this. Mum, I was rather confused. Well, aren't you gonna call the waiter over? This gave me extreme anxiety. I have extreme issues with speaking with people, and I tend to stutter, and I get very, very scared, if that's the right word. I asked her if she could do it, and she does it in a huff. My dad and brother staring nonchalantly. As she calls the waiter over, the alarm bells are ringing in my head. This is never how it went before. As the waiter gets to the table, he asks everyone what they want and everybody orders. As he gets to me, my mum stops him and tells him, "Separate bill." This is when my heart began beating very fast. I don't have a job. All the money I get is from our neighbours raking leaves. I just kind of froze. I didn't really say anything, and I got a really bad stomachache from the anxiety. This is where I'm conflicted on whether I'm the a-hole or not. My mum would explain at the table that now that I'm 18, I should be able to pay for my own things. Yeah, but that only works if you make money. I was already feeling nauseous from the situation, so I just said I don't have the money. My mum kinda huffs and shoos the waiter away. This soured the dinner party. However, my mum also paid for my 23-year-old brother. My family were calling me an entitled little a-hole the whole ride home. Oh God. When I got home, I ran to my room and cried. They've been ignoring me the whole day. I may be bad at social cues, but my family has never acted like this before. I mean, never. Okay, so where's the messing up part? Because you haven't done anything wrong in this. They've been treating me horrible the whole day. I feel very angry and upset at my family. If I would have been warned, I would have saved my raking money. I also don't mean this to be a validation post. I have all the information that you have. I'm just super confused, and I'm terrible with social cues. Asperger's, am I right? My family gets a little tight on money. I guess I really should have asked before I assumed they were gonna pay it for me. Yeah, but they should have let you know as well. But I missed out on my birthday dinner because I wasn't mature enough to bring my own money. I'm just gonna rake leaves for a couple of weeks to order it from takeout. Am I missing something? This is the most a-hole thing ever from the family. You don't bring that up at the dinner table when you're taking them out for dinner on their birthday. And also, yeah, they're raking leaves, and it said at the end there they're gonna do it for a couple of weeks to order it from takeout. So like, how did they expect them to have money? That's so sad, and I'm so sorry about this. Oh, that's awful. Wow, it's so sad that this was even posted here. Like, they feel like they've done something wrong. And yeah, like this comment says, this is not how healthy parents do this. If they're trying to get you to be independent, they should have told you before going out that you'd be paying for anything that you order, not at the table and not on your birthday. Yeah, 1000%. Today I messed up by telling my zookeeper girlfriend, 22 female, not to worry so much about her hygiene. I, 25 male, have been dating this woman for a few months now, and we get along so well. About a month ago, I met her for dinner one night at a semi-fancy restaurant around 6 p.m. She arrived a little bit late and was really apologetic, saying, "Oh gosh, sorry, I probably smell so funky right now. I tried my best to wash and scrub, but I know it wasn't enough." She was pretty stinky. She works as an animal caretaker at the zoo and had to stay late that night, so I understood. That night was the first night I really noticed her stinking of animals. It was strong at the same table. Something between old fish and, you know, ferret cage, and rather unappetizing, but not the sort of thing you could smell across the room. So I saw no reason it should ruin the dinner. So I tried to reassure her and I said, "Oh no, you don't." She said, "Oh, don't lie. There's no way I smell okay." So I said, "I mean, I guess there's a slight smell." But it just shows that you worked hard. I've never been one of those weak-stomached guys who's gonna complain about that. I really don't mind. Honest, I'm used to animal smells anyway. To my surprise, her eyes lit up and said, "Wow, really? You're serious? That's so reassuring to hear," and started opening up about how hard it was to make sure she always smelled good, that she'd often have to scrub for half an hour after work to even be somewhat presentable, and sometimes even that wasn't enough. Changes of clothes and boots, that she had to sometimes pick which days to schedule dates with me or run errands based around her off days, or which animal she'd be working with that day, to make sure that the stink wasn't too bad. I said, wow, I have no idea it was that tough. I asked how often keepers dealt with it, and she said most were single or dated within the profession, and it was rare to find someone like me who genuinely didn't mind. So I reassured her that yeah, she doesn't need to be overly concerned about that with me, but I think this turned out to be a big mistake. Over the past month, we've seen each other more often, and she's usually smelled okay, but there's been 4 or 5 occasions where she smelled horrible, 10 to 20 times worse than that night in the restaurant. These have been house dates and not at the restaurant, etc. I have to breathe lightly to even try to stomach it, and it really kills my mood and leaves my house reeking. Oh, nah. That's not okay. How can it be that bad? Like, I'm sure you have, but you're gonna have to have a conversation about this. You can't go the entire relationship like just putting up with this. And also, it's kind of unfair on them as well if you don't say something, because they're obviously very used to the smell. And yeah, you're not. Well, really didn't expect to read something like this today. Today I messed up by living in a dark bedroom for 6 years. The overhead fan in our bedroom uses one of those compact halogen light bulbs. 6 years ago, the bulb burned out and got really dim, just barely aglow. I bought a replacement bulb, but when I put that one in, it was also barely lighting up, so I realized the unit was bad. The fan still worked great. It literally is the best fan I've ever had. It moves a ton of air and it's super quiet. The fan had also been a gift when we moved into our house. The unit cost over $400, so I didn't really want to replace it, even though our bedroom doesn't get much natural light, so it's pretty dark. So since then, over the years, my wife and I have had to make do without any overhead light. We open the windows during the day and at night use a combination of bedside lamps and the bathroom light. It's really never as good of a lighting as an overhead lamp, so I keep some flashlights up there for when we're cleaning or looking for something. After 6 years of living in the dark, this winter I just decided I'd replace the damn thing. But before I did, I decided to try one last time with another bulb, because however unlikely, it's possible that both bulbs I tried were bad. So I'm up there installing the new bulb, grab the remote, the fan has a remote, and as I'm turning the light on, I realize the damn thing is dimmable. For 6 years, we live with the inconvenience of no overhead light, and the whole time, it was because the damn thing was set to dim. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but that's so funny. Not for you, but for everybody reading this. But you gotta laugh in a situation like this. Like, sometimes that's all you can do. Today I messed up by buying everyone an Ancestry DNA kit and ruining Christmas. Earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it'd be a great gift idea, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today my family got together to exchange presents for our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my mum, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mum started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. We explained to her how there were actually no chemicals, but we could tell that she was still flustered. Later she started trying to convince us that only one of us kids needs to take it, since we all have the same results and need to resell extra kits to save money. Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we're downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad. Update, thank you all so much for the love and support. My sister's brother and I have not yet decided yet if we're going to take the test. No matter what the results are, we still love each other and our parents no matter what. Update 2, Christmas isn't ruined. My mess up actually turned into a Christmas miracle. Turns out my sister's father passed away shortly after she was born. A good friend of my mum's was able to help her through the darkest time in her life, and they went on to fall in love and create the rest of our family. They never told us because of how hard it was for my mum. Last night she was strong enough to share stories and photos with us for the first time, and it truly brought us even closer together as a family. This is a Christmas that we'll never forget. And yeah, we are all excited to get our test results. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, we need to make more episodes on this subreddit, but yeah, I feel like that's enough for today. That was so fun, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time. But let's read something wholesome. My 6-year-old niece walked into my bedroom last night. Her, is this your bedroom? Me, yeah. Her, where does Uncle Skylar sleep? Me, prepared to explain that gay people exist. He sleeps here too. Her, I meant what side of the bed? Me, oh, that side? Her, he has a lot more pillows than you. Oh, that's so cute. My coffee art today is a cat letting off an atomic bomb. Oh my god, it is. How did that little kitty get in there? If you think you're just a potato, look at how beautiful you can be. Yeah, and not just beautiful, versatile. versatile as well. The top comment, time to get baked or fried. I need a good mashing or whipping. Maybe I'm a bit cheesy. That's a very good comment when you don't let the pizza rolls cool off. That's so creative. And yeah, food do be very hot. And once again, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you did, make sure you like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And the comment of the day today goes to Just Nope. Vincey, thank you for another adventure in parenting. Bad parenting. Just Nope, you're very welcome. I love reading horrifying content. And not just that, I love sharing it with you guys. So yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, I'm out of here. Thanks again for all your support, guys. Make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!